very lovely. Yeah. So this already you have the phrasing, the Chopin, the poetic, as much as possible. Especially your technique is very secure. It's so solid, and that it really have. It's tricky this both Étude, but you manage this do that is really very impressive. Now I really like the choice. You gave these two choice, and people said, "Why is the Étude?" Yeah, yeah. So, and I think it's wonderful that we try to understand why Chopin even put three slow Étude inside. Yeah, so that it means that the chain totally that it's nothing to deal with the mechanic, but it's everything with the music. And but when we go more detail, we can see even have some challenge because exactly. So technically, not only they run finger fast, but also the control about the sound very important, and then singing and the choral and polyphonic hearing. That is so much thing. Yeah. So in brief, when you play this, I know that you play whole the Opus 25. That is bravo. It's so beautiful project. Then first of all, I would recommend try to forget about the title that is the Etude. Yeah. Then I think that play it like a prelude, and if the slow one, play like a nocturne or something like that. Then already we focus more to the musical expression. Okay. Now let's start it with the E minor. Tempo is good and everything is the solid, the technique. The first I would try to when we play some new piece, of course we try to look for the character, atmosphere that we need to put in this piece. Yeah. So for doing that not that no miracle, but we have really to make the analyze, yeah, and look to the music score, try to understand what really composed, have some hint that we have to go this way or other way. So now, yeah, so we go and we look right away what I really think the three things. Tempo is vivace. So vivace is not only fast, but because fast can be also allegro, can be presto, yes, also fast, but vivace is something go more to the light side, right? It's something that it's flying, yeah, more like fly. And the next, leggero, right? Yes. And the next, scherzando. You see, so all these three things together suggested that we have to make it super light, right? Yeah. So now your tempo is good, but I feel could be have more room for make it lightness. Because you know why? Because right away you use pedal there. You know, the pedal is good when for the other purpose. Yeah, so when you keep the harmony, when you want to make legato and make it singing, then it, but here it looks like a bit karate. Yeah, we feel it more like a dance. Yeah, so that like a dance. Yeah, so so I think here the pedal make it a bit more heavy. Yeah, so that you see. Yeah, so. Yeah, you see that why even very often in Chopin edition we have different edition, but here we have all the Polish edition. We have, even there's no indication about the pedal, right? Did you see anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which edition you are using?
I have the Ekier.
Yeah, exactly. You see, so it's very perfect. Yeah. So, so I think that here I would prefer, yeah, Then and also they give you a better change and contrast when you go later when you need when you get when go back and then we have a here we need a legato, right?
Yes.
Then here you with the pedal there, and then we have really nice contrast, yeah, so that between the light and at the beginning and here. And now go back to the beginning. If we talk about the technical challenge, so here very often in Chopin Étude, and not only Étude, many pieces, we seem there to think that the technical challenge is on the right hand, but actually, I don't know which one is more difficult. For me here, people maybe struggle more with the left hand, right? Yeah, especially for Latin, for the small hand, or many Asian players have smaller hand, and you know that they really have to make it. And then when you play, I feel that when we play when you play very open sound, it's easy. But here they think because we have to play so light, so soft, then it's the challenge how to play all the arpeggio soft. So if you play, so actually, yeah. So how you play just now, I feel the balance that I hear a little bit too much the left hand, and that's why we then anyway. The melody should be leading, yeah. So the left hand is not only accompaniment, keep the harmony their own, yeah. So maximum you can play soft. So for this, to make, we all know that play forte is more easy and play piano is more challenging. So then you have to really calculate the hand, the finger, the jazz, the movement of each part, and try to make it minimal. The more you put freely, look like a very effective, but the more it's loud, right? So then minimum and close to the keyboard, very close to the keyboard. So really, so yeah, so yeah, so very light, yeah. So can you try for me how you make it left hand alone, how make it very soft and light from the keyboard? Okay, you know, yeah. Vivid arpeggio, we have a three note and they quite large. We have to stretch our hand. And then maximum try to play as fast as you can. If you play if you play so slow, it's also heavy. Yeah. So try to make it quickly. Then, but it's so loud because from here until there, yeah. So we have a middle note. Yeah. So middle note should be like a support, and then quickly you move from the back. And then I would recommend maybe the lower note and middle note play almost together. Yeah, so yeah, try to play almost together. You see, then you can play very fast, you know. But if you play separately three notes, it takes more time. Yeah, yeah. So when play already two notes together, almost together, and then. Yeah, so and yeah, then it really need to work with the left hand, make sure they are not disturbing your right hand, because if it's loud, it disturbs you cannot hear the right hand melody. Yeah. Now, right hand also they have another challenge because they have look like a two voice, right? Yeah. So first we have this one. And you have the so then also you have to make it balance, because easily this one become also heavy, because so here the most difficult is the number 5. Actually should be the most important, yeah, because of the top, the melody. But because the number 5, and then it and here we have 1 and 2, they are more heavy. Then you really again you have to balance. Make sure can you play again right hand alone, and make sure the up and voice a bit more. Okay, getting better. Yes, and another thing, try when we want something light, so try to lift your weight upward. But if you play down, it's heavy, yeah. But so. Very good. You see, it's already lighter. And now, next, should we care about count when we count by quarter? Yeah, we count by bar or by beat?
By bar.
Of course, yeah. So that's why make it more like a dance. Run, and then make it even lighter. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so because when you want something feel like a dance, so it's like a step, yeah, so that why choose the beat that for me it's wrong, because of the left hand like that, then we feel something that first beat, it's very like a step for the dance, yeah, so that wrong, yeah, so pay attention on the first beat a bit. Okay, lovely, you see? Yeah, so now play both hands. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. Now it maybe take time to fix your left hand, right? Because your left hand is still, I think it's loud and slow. Yeah. So make sure that everything keyboard is so almost you can play. So really very short and light. Yeah. Okay, but then I think it's mostly the character like this at beginning like that, and then we have a variation. Yes. Yeah, more or less also light. Yeah. And then here, can you play for me from here? How you play this place? Okay. This is always the challenge, yeah, because the left hand is really. Then don't get panic. The more you get panic, the more they are. So here, so here you can see. So the last beat and before the so they are the same harmony, yeah. So then already you can get the pedal there. So so this one. So this one. Play with the right hand. Okay. Let this come later, because I think it's more delicate, because nothing to the you see, it's very awkward and it's very make the left hand is so heavy and aggressive. Yes, so then here we are to hear the harmony here. So try to play with the right hand, yeah.
Okay.
And then because this is allow you to play rubato there, yeah, so that it's not a kind of music that you have to really run quick. So especially we go like uphill, yeah. So yeah, so yeah, that you allow a little bit go larger a little bit, so feel more comfortable. You have plenty of time, and then this is the same thing. Play almost together. Yeah. Then you play it very smooth. Yeah. Yeah. So almost play this quickly. Yeah, and then together. Yeah, and continue because he will have yeah, the melody is there, right? So here nothing to show with the left hand does only harmony. Yeah, so I have to really look like you phrasing, voicing more for the right hand, and then make your left hand more discreet. Yeah, can you play one bar before? Yeah, okay, yeah. So this will have kind of like an uphill. So usually uphill, we have to slightly more to the when usually the tempo when we go uphill, usually any movement uphill should go we should accelerate or it go a bit slow down. When you go, let's say when you drive, go by bicycle, when you go, can you speed up or you go that get slower when they uphill?
Get slower.
Ah?
Get slower.
Of course, it's nature. Yes, da di di da da da. But you hear, I think you feel that you speed up. That's why you make the difficulty of your left hand even more difficult. Yeah, so that da di te te, they can make it larger on the top. Yeah, so and when we go downhill, we go faster, but it's not the uphill. Yeah, so that. Yeah. I tried to find my music score. I don't know what happened. It's not really appear. Okay. Yeah. So try to go exactly. They have a crescendo side there. Yeah. Pa, 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 pa. So that is, I think, important. Go feeling, go uphill. Yeah. Okay. Now play for me right hand alone. This one. This one. I think you have to play shorter, no? Because if you play slower, yeah, shorter. Exactly. Yeah. So. And then now we go to. So that we show the voice, low voice, yes. Because if I know that they have a little bit like a bell, yeah, but it's not such a big bell. Then you cannot hear anything else, yeah. So anyway, only charming because he changed also the beginning we have dance where we feel more to the first beat, but here he changed to the second beat that they make it charming. Yeah, so that only for that, for this charming that he make it to the second beat, and he make a little bit accent. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. So here they control the two voice of the right hand. Yeah. Can you play down the first time very light, and the second time if you want when they have a even the like an 8 note, then maybe you can play a bit different, maybe a bit the pedal there, but the first time try I think continue on. I would love to play very light, yes, very light. Yeah, very good. Yeah. So the more light, the more it look like a dance. Yeah. So that, yeah. And now both hand. Little bit like a bell. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So if in case already you show this one. Then should we do the two accent here, and should we do both? Exactly, I think only one, okay? Because when we do both, it will become heavy, yes? Only one. Very good, okay, yeah, so that is really lovely. Okay, and then, and go for me here. So here, from the first note right away. Very melodic and really singing, yeah? So that right from the first note. Start from me. Yeah, right away, I think that from the first note. I know that some people play this one. Yeah, doesn't matter you play earlier or play together, but right away you have to show this one. Deep right away, the deep sound from the first note. Yeah, so here, yeah, so here really I think dominate the upper voice, yeah, so that, yeah. So really, we don't really need, because beginning we have, beginning kind of balance, right? But here I think it's really dominating by, yeah. So really show this voice a bit more. Okay, yeah, exactly, yeah. Then what to do usually like that. When you practice, don't practice all the three elements, left hand and middle voice and the upper voice. Don't make this right away. You have to know the main line is the upper voice. How the way you want first, okay? Yeah, you have to fix the singing the way you want, yeah, and then you added the second voice together with this, and then the third voice together. Because if you play all three together, you have to care about vertical, they are together, and then your melody is not impressive. Yeah, so that play for me, sing a melody how you want. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And remember this. Yes, so you make like that. And then So just play like this. Yeah, fix your first voice and remember this, and then you edit the second voice together. Yeah. You see, yes, nice, yeah. So that, yeah. So is that way that work? Because how to practice? Yeah. So exactly that we added voice by voice, because some students said, okay, 3 voice, I will play slow first, and then I play fast later. Depend on the type of the technique that we can do that. But when you with the polyphony, when the many voice, I think we have to work horizontal. Yeah. So this way, I think it will be more natural, yeah, so spontaneously. Okay, now we get closer to the midden section. Okay, yeah. Now here we have yeah, I agree. Yeah, the second one, steam character, yeah, pa-pam, and third one, softer, yeah, but it's not pianissimo, you know, yeah, because you know why? Because the middle part, yeah, he said that very expressive, sotonito, and singing everything, but there's no indication that we should play piano there. You know why? Because the middle part, when beginning, we have like a cello, yes, you know, and then with the open sound that we can see all the beauty sound of the cello, yes, so expressive, oh no, and then when the variation, when become like a 16 note movement, yeah, then it's piano, then then we have more piano. But if you play already so and piano, then when we go to the next section with the 16 note movement, then they're not much different, right? Yeah, so that beginning, that play beautiful cello. So for me, that yeah, so that play very open, yeah. You know, I think because you slow down, you play every note. Slow down. We have 2 ways. Either we play the chord together fast, and then in the pause we keep longer. Or sometimes certain type of the retonito that okay, we slow down little by little. Yeah, the retonito. I think here, pa bum, and then pa bum, and then the pause, bring it come down. But it's not the ta ta. Don't play note by note slow. Yes, so I think yeah, I think this one that little. Yeah, okay, okay. Now the main. Here they on the how they make the piano can play like a cello. Yeah, the challenge, and especially we have usually when we sing with the right hand. Yeah, so. We used to singing with the right hand. But the left hand, and make it worse, we have to sing with the thumb. The thumb, the finger, we have 5 fingers. The strong, each finger have their function, yeah? Strong is number 1, number 3, they are strong. 4, 5, they are light, weak. The 2 is very flexible, and it's quite versatile, yeah? So they can do many functions with the number 2. But this guy, the thumb, the number one, is strong, but I don't think that is very, very sensitive, right? Yeah, and then you have to make sing with that. Then you really play a bit different way. They try to move a bit more to make sure they are maximum, they can be sensitive. Yeah, so yeah, if you just put, they are very straightforward. They are not very, but when you move a little bit, make it softer. Yeah, you see, yeah, it's much nicer, yeah. And remember, the cello, they sound very warm, and this range is perfect for the warm sound. We all know that the the favorite instrument for Chopin, of course, piano, right? But after the piano, the second one, yeah, so is the cello. We all know that, yeah. So here exactly the sound of the cello is here, so that yeah, make it warm. So don't try to play too small sound. Okay, the beginning warm sound you can make it not a violin is not thin, right? But here just normal. Yeah, yeah, and very what is important is sostenuto. Yeah, so this sostenuto bring a lot of feeling here. So that is, I think that this you singing very well, but I would love a little bit more sostenuto. Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, you know. So when we have a two note repeat. If you play right, you see, it's not very expressive, yeah? So sottonieto, exactly here. So the repeat note, play a little bit with the intensity. But if you go, they are not. So that not only that your finger is sostenuto and your breathe, you keep the intensity, but pattern as well. So don't change pedal. Usually we change pedal clean by harmony. Right? But here, it means that after that you touch, the parent change a bit slow, a bit later, a bit later. They still have a the moment that a kind of mix that to a bit, then will give you a bit more sostenuto feeling. But if you change chord by chord, harmony by harmony, clean, here you cannot have sostenuto. Yes, so that. Yeah, getting better. Yeah. So pay attention to exactly these two repeated notes. Yeah. So this one. Yeah. The play that need to pay attention. The repeated note. Yeah. Yeah. And now, if we talk about how they phrase it, build. So very often we in other compose use as well. So the first motive, this one is this motif cover two bar, yeah, and then the second one, yeah, also two bar, and then third, it usually it double. This is very important. The third motif is always, very often, it's almost every time that it double, it means 4 bar, right? Exactly, 4 bar. Yeah. Then you have to, then we call exactly the third motif is the expansion, development, resolution, solution, complement, whatever you call that. Yeah. So that if they play that here, that you really have to make your breathe a bit wider, longer, but not it's so wide, cover whole the former. So 2 bar, and then you have to feel it. So for this, keep your breath longer. So beginning, don't play so loud, and then cover at the end. Yeah, especially this one very beautiful. This one. You see, this one. Yeah, so that this. Then what to do, make it more natural. I think that you group certain number of the note in one line. So we have yes, and you see, yeah. So they have briefly, you can make it like a 3 block, 3 group, yeah. Or maybe if like a string, like a violin or cello, maybe they are in one bow. Yes, certain note in one bow. Yeah. And then when they change bow, so one bow can accommodate a number of notes. Yeah. Then you make it very smooth rather than care about separately notes. So go ahead. Okay, now this fingering, I think it one. So I think it's better because sometimes I see that you play 1, 2, 1 fingering. Would be very, you see, they are not very smooth. So play all the time with the thumb. Yeah, play everything by thumb and legato by pedal. Yeah, so yeah. Okay, yeah. And then when we go to the 16th note, yeah, so then so then here piano, and then right hand, what he wrote there, what the indication?
Leggerissimo.
Exactly, leggerissimo. So here exactly it's like a sometimes Chopin we have the expression in French they call je perle. It means the play of the pearl. Yes, look like little pearl. Each note they are jumping. Yeah. So yeah, so light, but it almost detached. Yes, so very detached, a bit like a no legato. Yeah. So. Yeah, super light. Yeah, and together with their touch is already so light and plus a kind of flexibility, yeah. So they are not they are not square, yeah. So that way, so here you have to fix the melody first. So and then the how the rubato right hand. So right hand to be adjust to the left hand melody of the left hand, and then how the rubato is depend how the melody of the left hand you are doing. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So I think mostly espressivo here. That's it. So that way. You see it? Yeah, rubato. Yeah. So depend on the rubato of the left hand, then your right hand go after this. Yeah, exactly. You see, yeah, bravo. Yeah. So that because here it should be so typical, so very light, little pearl, and very flexible. Yeah. So that it should be play with the very smooth rubato. Yeah. Okay. Now go back. The different of go back. This one. That here we have not only 2 notes, but we have 3 notes, right? So because of these 3 notes, he added 1 more note, we feel the character changing, right? Cannot be so happy, so joyful like a beginning. It's so light because they have 2, but here we have so then of course here I feel that here we could play a little bit more expressive, and if you want can make it each note short pedal. Yeah. So so starting the piece already we know try to play without pedal, but now because they have harmony, yeah, and we feel more expressive. Yes, yeah, especially here. Yeah. So here everything is more expressive. So then you can use pedal that way you use. Yeah. So that yeah. So. Okay, yeah. So if you get when we go back this time, the 3 note with the 3 note with the pattern, we feel more expressive. Then you really have to play more touching, yeah. So that you really more expressive, yeah. Yeah. So that so that it's not a joy like a first time, yeah. Especially here. A little bit more expressive, yeah, with the pedal. Okay, yeah. Because here we have different here because the first time we have but here kind of go down. We go back to the E minor. We go go back to the E minor because we go back to the coda. Yes, so that why they're feeling a little bit regret. Okay, already finished. We have to say goodbye. Yeah, so that why. So they're feeling something a little bit regret, a little bit. It's very expressive. Yeah, and now the end. Yeah, so here we have and then we have this one. So try to bring out it. So here the end of that, and here there's something. There is the another, yeah, another motif. Yeah, so they are, no. Yeah, first you have to fix this motif. Yeah. Yeah. So it means that this one, the first, you have to show this one. This one. Yeah. Yeah. So that make sure the note of the melody doesn't matter which finger, which voice, but you have to make it like a one line, one motif. So let's see. Deeper. You know, after that, make it deep one, and then yeah. So this it deep, make it deep, and really listen how it lasts and connected to the next note. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So there's something like that. And then quite interesting after the trill. Yeah, so we go to how many forte?
Three, four.
Exactly. Yeah. So how to make it grandiose? Make it like a big gate. Yeah. So that you have to make it really. So really try to make it very grandiose, very big sound. Better, getting better, yeah. So the bass is very important. Yeah, for the keyboard. Okay, something like that, yeah. Yeah, so basically there's many things to work with this piece, yeah, so that they have both challenge musical and technical, yeah. Then I think we don't have time for the second one.